Good evening. So much destruction. At least 9 people killed in our area during yesterday's storms. 4 victims in Kentucky, 2 in Indiana, and 3 people in Ohio in Claremont County. Ohio officials vowed this afternoon to do anything and everything to help residents recover. 9 News reporter Tom McKee kicks off On Your Side team coverage. He is live in Moscow with the latest on the cleanup and what's being done to help victims there. Tom?
Well, Julie, this is going to be a very long, as you can see, and a very tough cleanup. So will the personal recovery as well. It's going to be very difficult because 1 person died in the village of Moscow behind me. 2 were killed in the Bethel Tate Township area. There isn't going to be any federal money flowing in right now because state officials say they can do the job with the resources that they have on hand. The devastation dealt to Moscow by Mother Nature on Friday can only be described in one word: unbelievable. Houses destroyed, trees snapped like twigs, personal possessions lost. Ohio Governor John Kasich toured the devastation and said to him, debris removal has to be job one.
For those that have ever seen the aftermath of a tornado, you know what it's like. It's like a bomb went off and everything is splintered and bricks are down and trees and just a lot of debris.
The governor said that every one of the state's resources is available to Claremont County officials.
My orders are clear that we're going to do what we need to do at the state of Ohio to support you as you get through this event and you move on to recovery. God bless, and we're with you all the way.
Residents who didn't stay in the village overnight were allowed to see their homes for the first time Saturday afternoon.
The ones that were there, we let stay there, but the ones that were not there and were moved out or were evacuated, so to speak, we wanted to make sure the area was safe before they were allowed back in so we didn't have any further casualties.
Moscow and Washington Township officials are now giving citizens a chance to absorb the shock of what has happened before turning the page to recovery.
Tomorrow we ramp up with donations management, with debris removal, looking for alternative housing, and it will be a long process, and we encourage all of you to still keep us in your hearts and open your donations and your support because it will be needed for a long time.
Now back live here in Moscow, you can see some of the utility restoration work. Duke Energy says that about 3,000 customers are still without power, most of them right here in Claremont County. They hope to have everybody back on by Monday afternoon. A couple of other notes here, Julie. The governor did speak with President Obama, who said he'd help in any way he can if it's needed, if the state asks for it. So far, that hasn't happened. And ironically, there is a little bit of an interesting twist here. It was on this date in 1997, 15 years ago, that the Ohio River crested, began to recede, and the cleanup from all that flood damage here in Moscow and New Richmond and other communities actually was allowed to begin.
That is ironic. Tom McKee live at New Richmond High School tonight. We're